Robert Kiyosaki, and why me and why so many other people are saying everything is going to be toast, and that's why you want to stock up on Bitcoin. Because I think his point is valid, even though he has said some crazy things in the past, but his point is valid. Basically, governments are going to fail. There's debt that can't be paid, interest that can't be paid, bonds are going to get toast because of it, and people are going to turn to something better. And he says gold, silver, and Bitcoin, right? I believe in the latter, the very latter, Bitcoin, not so much gold and silver, though something physical would be nice during Armageddon. But I think it's true. I mean, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday, everything that the governments have done within the last 2 years will come back and really haunt them. We're already seeing some of that, but it could be a lot worse in the future as inflation continues to run high and as the U.S. deficit continues to skyrocket into infinite. Yeah, these are not good things. So sticking with Bitcoin is the solution. What else is there? I mean, there's a lot of crypto ETPs, not ETFs, but there are some ETFs, right? There are more than 180 crypto ETFs and ETPs, despite the fact that we are in such bad conditions right now. Around the world, more and more being launched. So this is good because the volume is probably pretty low, but when we turn around, that means there are so many more avenues for people to get in to our favorite projects, right? Like Bitcoin and Ethereum and Cardano and Solana and Avalanche and Polygon, which most of these are based off of. So that means the next bull run, we are going to see such a tremendous amount of money flow in. And we may see it before that because of all the stuff that's going on, right? But there's just a lot that's kind of like building right now. And when it's ready, you're going to see that flood come in. That's going to be more savage than the Hurricane Ian. All right, what else is going on? As for Bitcoin, percent supply last active, 3+ years, all-time high, around 39%. That's fantastic. Supply last active 5 to 7 years, not all-time high, but getting there, 2-year high. So these are all fantastic things for Bitcoin as people are stocking up still and holding on to Bitcoin. And Bitcoin supply and exchanges hit a 4-year low. Why is this? Well, people are buying whales, banks. Been talking about a lot of banks buying crypto, asking the banking, some kind of committee to up their holdings to 5% from 1%. I forgot what it was, Bank of Transmission Services or something like that. But also, they were pulled, holding $9.2 billion worth of Bitcoin. Michael Saylor still has his billions, and many others still have their billions, right? More and more are being bought and removed from the exchanges. It's really that simple, right? So these are all fantastic things that are still happening with Bitcoin. But the big thing, the big Fed pivot, if it happens, well, strap on because we will see some tremendous upside if it happens. We'll see. All right. Now, as for alts, just to share some good news about Solana, because people always think, oh, I only spread FUD about Solana, even though I've supported them for many years, and I still hold a quite large bag. But Solana has been going through some growing pains. Their network keeps going out left and right. But here's something positive, that the number of transactions happening on Solana is still like 10x higher than the next competitor, which is the Binance Smart Chain. So you look at that, there are definitely still a lot of people utilizing Solana at this point. Could be NFTs, could be, I don't know, DeFi, whatever the case is. So that's pretty positive. Plan B actually tweeted this out. This is looking at the 5 years holders price and 2 years holders price. 2 year holder price, average price about $35,000. Obviously, We are lower than that, but 5 years going back, it's about 20,000. And why that's interesting is because you look at previous bottoms. That's usually where Bitcoin's price hovers, right around that 5-year like cost average, right? I think he wrote that wrong. He put 5M. It should be 5Y. But if you look at previous times like 2015, 2018, right, it was hovering right around there. And right now, it's hovering around right there too. So, I mean, there's just a lot of indicators right now showing that Bitcoin is ready to turn. He's making an argument that 20,000 where we are is the new 4,000 because we hovered at 4,000, 3,000 for many, 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 many months. And it seemed like Bitcoin could not get out of that funk until it did. All right. Outside of that, what about Bitcoin itself? Well, Bitcoin, at least Bitcoin whales, are accumulating like mad right now. Okay, so this is from Sentiment measuring Tether whales and measuring Bitcoin whales. And, oh, sorry, my camera is cutting it off, but you could see there's a direct correlation where Tether supply is coming down while Bitcoin is going up. So that's what the whales are doing right now. The whales are accumulating. So that's really what's happening. It's no surprise. I've covered this so many times. There's these whales, these giant institutions, these banks, they misdirect. They tell you one thing and they do another, right? And they may make you think that Bitcoin is going down further while they're buying up behind the scenes via OTC. I mean, there's a lot of things happening right now, but one thing's for certain, markets around the world, at least their financial markets, are in chaos right now. And more people are learning about Bitcoin, and it's still early. And one day, it could be the world's, reserve currency? Maybe one day, because of all the distrust that's accumulating among people worldwide, right? So it's going to happen eventually. We're going to have more and more people turn to Bitcoin in the billions. But right now, no. And that's why it's early. But the whales, they tend to get in early. So don't let the whales eat up all the Bitcoins out there. All right, and then what else is there? This is positive. The total hash rate for Bitcoin, I know it's cut off, but yeah, if you can see the right-hand side, it's like skyrocketing right now, all-time high. So miners are still very bullish on Bitcoin. And this one also measures, this is, let's see, I got to get rid of this. Again, this is a MVR Z Score. I hate names like this, but basically just know that it's measuring oversold values versus overbought values. And you look at all the previous times Bitcoin has hovered in that green oversold territory, and you'll come to the conclusion it's a pretty darn good time to be buying Bitcoin whenever it hits that territory. And guess where it is right now? Yeah, in that territory. If you're looking to buy Bitcoin and crypto for the first time and you don't know where to get started, head over to CryptosRus.com and click on the best exchange guide. Within, you'll find a list of exchanges that I recommend and some that I use on a daily basis. Head over to CryptosRus.com or utilize the links in the description of this video.